So, Lions fans, Jared Goff has been playing some exceptionally great football. And let's just be real. He's been elite the last 4 games. There are several reasons why that's been, which I'm going to tell you that as well. And I'm also going to tell y'all why I believe he should be in a MVP race, if not high card in the front runner, man. He's putting up the numbers that says he should be. To me, he's starting off these last 4 games playing some of the best football in his career, in my personal opinion. And I'm going to tell you all that just after this. So here's why I humbly believe that Jared Goff has been very elite for the Lions these last 4 games, specifically because it goes down to one person, right? Dan Campbell. Okay, and by the way, I do feel like he should be in the MVP race and at the very top. But yeah, man, Dan Campbell has ignited this whole entire franchise with an attitude and an aura that we haven't seen in a long time, if we ever have. You know, and it start with the quarterback too. You know, when they kind of came together, excuse me for a second ago, they kind of came together a couple years ago, man, back in 2021. It wasn't the easiest transition, man. It took a minute for them to get this chemistry down. But with Dan Campbell as the type of aggressive guy he is, that attitude that he comes with is very infectious. And before you know it, Jared Goff started not only, kind of getting used to that type of attitude being under it, but he also started picking up some of the ways when it comes to our city and understand that you had to play with some level of grit. And I think it's rubbed off on Jared Goff. So when you're seeing us attacking the blitz, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, this entire coaching staff thinks just like Dan Campbell. Everybody has their way of executing it. And Ben Johnson is no different. Mark Brunell's no different. Guys who have worked with Jared Goff, the entire offense trusts this guy. And at the end of the day, it's why he got paid to stay here as the quarterback, because they felt that he was more than good enough to lead them to victory. And he's been doing that again. We're now sitting 5-1 back at the top of the North where we belong. And Jared Goff has had a lot to do with that. When you're throwing perfect games, against good teams, when you're throwing, starting off games with 10, 12 completions, straight. You're not freaking having any drop passes. Yes, that's just as good for the receivers to make the play. But Jared Goff has been hitting these guys in stride. He's been hitting them on target. He's been accurate with the football. That has been a wonderful thing, man. He drops back. He's looking now to throw downfield more. And he's connected. You know what I'm saying? Him and Tim Patrick's connection is already starting to show. And a lot of these guys don't get but a few targets a game. You know what I'm saying? Because he's only been throwing to no more. If you wanted to average it out, I guess he's been throwing about 22 so passes a game per game, which is about what you need from him, especially this early in the season with our run game being there. So yeah, you can credit the offensive line play. Let's not act like that doesn't have anything to do with it. But it's just that still, even with him taking advantage of the O-line, it's a difference that I'm seeing with him throwing the ball than it was like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, you still had some worries when he would throw passes. But now, it's just like, it's clean as cut. It just really does like he grew up right in front of our eyes. Like even back in 2022, you think about it, he went several games, towards basically the second half of the season. He went that entire half without throwing an interception. And, although he had some last year, he still led this team into, a 12-win season and led us to the NFC Championship game. And like I said, when you look at the fact that he's already getting in groove with Tim Patrick, who was new to the team after being hurt for 2 years, people are saying he's the next Josh Reynolds. I look at Tim Patrick as a hybrid of a Goff. A hybrid of a Galladay and maybe a Josh Reynolds. I don't think he's completely just Josh Reynolds 2.0. I think that he uses his physicality in a lot of ways when he doesn't get open, and he's able to make plays and help Goff out, and that's just giving Goff more confidence to throw it and get that ball spread it out. And like I said, man, receivers had to trust their quarterback just as much as the quarterback had to trust receivers, and they're showing they trust the guy, and that's why I think the play has been elite, man. You look past the numbers. Like yesterday's game told me everything I need to know. When you're able to handle the blitz the way you handle it, make the right decision. You see them going very short man situations deep in the red zone. You just say, "Hey, I hand the ball off." The decision making. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. He's not over statinizing himself. He's not forcing feeding the ball to put up his numbers. He's playing to what we need to do, and that's being a quarterback managing the game. And this is why I feel the way I feel about when they call quarterbacks like him a game manager, which I will be doing some breakdowns about that topic in another video much later down the line. But it'll be very soon that comes out. Jared Goff should be a top 3 front runner for MVP, if not leading the way. This offense that he's leading has scored 18 touchdowns, which ends up being more than they have incompletions. That is crazy. 18 touchdowns, 16 incompletions. That is wild. That is wild, man. That is crazy. And I am here for it, man. I am giving this man his flowers. He deserves at least that. Jared Goff has been proving a lot of naysayers wrong so far, man. The leadership, not just on the field, off the field. You know what I'm saying? Him in the back with the locker room with the guys, him in game preparations, the confidence, man, that you can see in his face. He expects himself to go out there and play well. He's been, trending in that direction for the last couple of years. Like I said, you look at Goff right now and look at him in 2022, there's two differences, man. The poise, the ability, like he avoiding the sack last game to step up and throw a dart down the field. Like that's just what I'm talking about. It's just the little things now that I'm seeing with him. Running off to the side, manipulating the pocket. You know what I'm saying? That sounds cute, but like I said, the numbers don't lie. The passes, he's been accurate with the football. Dan Campbell he and Dan Campbell are on the same page when it comes to being aggressive. And I mean, you can't ask for it better than that. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. I do think if at some point, if he can keep this up, he should be league MVP. If he can keep this up and we stay on top of this North and we come away with some more playoff wins and possibly get to the Super Bowl, that should be league MVP. Goff should be the league MVP. And I'm pulling for it, man. He's got my support to get league MVP this year. It's going to be a little bit tough because you got, Lamar and freaking, oh man, Derrick Henry over there killing it right now. Especially Derrick Henry. Killing it right now, man. But it's just that I think Goff as a quarterback has grown, man. He has grown a lot. It's a different player. That's what their mission was when he got here, was to help him take his game to the next level, was to teach him to be a better version of him. And I think he's finally getting that, man. I know people credit everything else, but you got to give Goff some love, man. Goff deserves it. Goff does deserve it. The first 2 games of the year, hey, I was the first one saying I wanted to, kick him into the Detroit River. But he settled in and he cleaned it up. He settled in and he cleaned his play up. You know what I'm saying? We know this isn't the most mobile guy in the world. He's not the most, he's not a gunslinger. He's not a guy who's going to just throw 30-yard passes all day. But he's giving you the plays that come to him. He's making smart decisions. He's taking care of the football. He's making the right plays. He's elevating the game. He's keeping his team together. The things that you want from a leader. And that's why I feel like Jared Goff is personally elite. It goes back to your head coach and the attitude that he's put out there. And it's infectious. The energy that he's been bringing for this team. And the quarterback is taking that same approach and is rubbing off on him and is affecting his play. And that's what Jared Goff needed all these years. He needed a coach not just to teach him better, but to also be able to get on the same page with enough where his play reflects what the coaching is doing and the culture. And that's what Jared Goff is doing, man. He's reflecting his play off that. And that's such a beautiful thing to watch. This man's playing elite. Don't tell me otherwise. I don't want to hear nothing bad about him until it's deserving. For now, give that man his flowers. Shout out to Jared Goff. Keep it up. And if you had anything I had to say, man, please drop a like on this video and subscribe to this channel, man. And don't forget to hit that bell. Man, D313SP has got some more content coming. Lions fans, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting with the guys, man. We trying to get some more shows going. So, man, follow us on all social medias, man. All the guys on part of the group there as Daryl and Bree, as Real Bree, 313 Sports Talk and Real Talk, both titled the same basically way, but different, you know, talks. And my other channel, known as J313, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I got the game review from yesterday uploaded on that channel. Check it out. And man, again, hit the like button and subscribe, man. Shout out to everybody. It's your boy, known as J of D313SB/DSN, and I'm out here.